Alright, hello everybody. Welcome back to the stream. It's been a few days since we last were here. Our last game watched on twitch.tv slash Mr. Mutton uh, for that, and that was a pretty convincing affair. Fortunately, last time we were on this channel, we had the unfortunate series against Danker
Fortunate for us.
Memerson. For fortunate, it might be you might be putting it. Is a generous way to put it. The heartbreaking, devastating might be more accurate. But IUPUI is back. They are now playing against Cyberstorm. This is the third round lower bracket, and
Winner of this is in a top 8 qualifier match, if I remember correctly.
yes. So this game is going to be interesting because Cyberstorm apparently is like a dead team. Like they're already going to know that they're not going to play with each other. So they're like just doing liquid. They're just like rolling through. They did beat Impossible Esports, but it was a pretty low seed. Yeah, they finished 11-3, so they're probably top 10 seed, I think. So who knows? But the maps so far are a bit interesting. IUPUI has opted to pick out Dust 2 against this team, and I believe they wanted to do this only because of the record this team has. They haven't played in the regular season. See, do they played in playoffs here? They played it once in playoffs. They lost 16-6 to Rectify Esports with a team with Sami Duck. So because of that, they were convinced that they should pick it. Dust 2 can be a interesting affair. Obviously we'll need CMX for that map to perform. But then Cyberstorm has picked a nuke. Now IUPUI we're kind of happy with this pick, but I am not so much happy because I feel like IUPUI is always overestimating how good they are on nuke, and it constantly comes back to bite them. Because so far their nuke stats are not good. Like they just have not played well on this map. They've had a lot of losses on it. It just seems like it's always been like kind of a halfway between wanting to work on it, not sure if we should not play it. So I'm not too convinced as IUPUI are. But third map is Overpass. Fortunately, we did have a third map Overpass before. However, I think hopefully that situation will not happen again. Hopefully, IUPUI has also worked on their T side a little bit. So working a little bit would be a good start. Definitely was struggled. But I'm not too sure. I think his Dust 2 pick I think is gonna be the question mark because picking IUPUI has never been too confident on it. They usually pick it when they have when it's like they're forced to, but going right out of the gate and picking it instead of something else is a bit interesting.
So, this entire time, people have been telling me that only top 4 make advanced. I just checked ESEA's website, and if 64 to 127 teams are in the league, which this year there was 112, then the top 8 make advanced.
Top 8?
Yeah.
Let's see.
I'll snip this for you real fast. I don't know a world where ESEA main has 256 teams. I'm surprised they've even put that there. It's probably impossible with their current structuring unless Open and IM get super large.
I see. Okay, so top 8.
So they're 2 games out. And if they had won if they had not thrown Overpass, then they would have been 1 game out. They would have had 2 chances to win 1 playoff best of 3 to make it past. So right now, IUPUI needs to, let me check the bracket once again, so I'm not spreading misinformation like I have been in the past. This is losers finals. So this is top 3. This will be top 4. This is top 6. And then this is top 8. Yeah. IUPUI has to win today against Cyberstorm, and then has to beat All Gas No Breaks. And the winner of that makes advanced.
I see. Very doable. Very doable for IUPUI.
Losing to Jake Emerson is looming ridiculously large.
Yeah,
that I'm thinking about that.
That's why that Mag 7's looming large, as Beanard
Mag
said.
7 is the largest looming object in the solar system.
Well, it's an uphill battle, but you know, the thing is, we'll have to see. If IUPUI can convince us on Dust 2, then I'll have a lot more faith on Nuke. But as it stands, I'm very concerned about these bans. Just going right into it, I don't know if these are it, Chief. But we'll have to see. Overpass, I feel like IUPUI can be fine. They're not gonna. I mean, I don't think they're gonna have an issue like they did last time. I think they've done where they've worked on it and they understand what that. I think they had some people were tilted as well. Like CMX, I think said he was tilted. So, but
have we seen a Dust 2 in the playoffs from IUPUI?
Yeah, they played it before.
That's what I thought, but I don't.
They played against Dank Memerson. They won 16-13.
Right. Okay. Right.
That's when we
and
saw
they
it.
stole their post map pick. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, this is a good team.
We are live, by the way.
Oh, we're in the pistol round. All right. Well.
Yeah. For what it's worth, this is going to be clearly a BXQ. There's only one player here to receive this directly. When that smoke lands from the mid, 4 will be cut off. Austin and Lex going to combine for 3 insane one-taps, and IUPUI's push has just been cut down before it could really even get onto the bomb site, and this is going to take a miracle to actually get across the line here. Tristan trying to make a little bit of a cheeky play, but that is cut down very quickly. And CMX now finds himself in a 1 versus 5 that he probably wouldn't, love to be in. He is not going to get a single kill. Austin with an insane B-hold, I must say, to get 3 kills and not even die there is really, really solid.
What? I mean, look, pistol rounds, let's be honest, they're pretty much random. Anybody can go in the aim lab and click the heads.
Yeah,
but
I mean, that was a case of peeking before that smoke lands, which I understand why you want to do it. It just takes a long time for that smoke to land and rotations can come in, but at the same time, you are receiving that outcome. Really? That just happened?
Alright, Austin gets mowed down. But I don't think much more will happen. Unless, no.
Ooh. Yeah, no chance.
I mean, if they overextend here, I mean, T-Bone is pushing out. Yeah, he's gonna clear it though. Oh. It's not ready, but yeah. Should be pretty good.
Oh. 4 HP. He is able to get both of those kills.
Gun round coming up. Do I full utility for themselves?
Yeah, you definitely favor IUPUI out of the gates here.
3 FAMASs is not
mid aggro.
Yeah. Oh man, they're going deep.
Super mid aggro.
Yeah. IUPUI's ready for this though. Yeah. Not quite for the second, but CMX trades it out. 3 kill for T-Bone, and he'll get out. Oh no, never mind. He'll get stuck. So it looks like Cyberstorm bit off a little more than they can chew with this aggro. Wow. J-Rod not gonna get any. He's gonna be fuming about that.
This was a CS 1.6 round, dude.
Yeah, this is
literally it was just walking towards their opponents and trading after the kills happened, and like the mid aggro is 1.6. It's like that was just really just a case of IUPUI having solid spacing and decent calls to make sure that the trades were being made. Lex is a 1 versus
okay,
3.
Jesus Christ.
That's an insane flick onto Tristan. That was the only player with high HP.
Really, the meth is flowing today.
I feel like I've casted a little bit.
Yeah, spots him. Not big yet, yay. Flashes out. Not gonna do
Oh,
much.
it's not
Smoke.
planted for Big Daddy
Oh,
at
this
all. I
is
mean, this is just gonna get stuck.
yeah.
This is gonna
He
be a
got it.
round in favor of Cyberstorm. 1 versus 3. That's heartbreaking for IQ. I mean, you literally did everything right, and then you just throw the 1v3 by offering 2 1v1s and then planting for the wrong area.
That's insane.
Do you recognize Lex's name? I feel like I've casted one of his games before, like either collegiately
Yeah,
or in
yeah.
the
He's
ESEA.
been in here. He's played on another team.
I say that because I do like his name. It's like very easy, simple to say.
Like,
Sounds pretty
yeah.
cool.
I'm sure if you looked at his history, you'd recognize the team that he was on before. Oh, IUPUI, because of that bomb, they still have the money for the rifles, but that throw there, Lumen large.
Yeah, as Beanard would say.
Mm.
And I mean, because of that round win, it shifts from a situation where Cyberstorm is likely on like the worst buy you've ever seen to a full buy with an off.
Yeah.
And that's like one way that you can just dominate a T-side on Dust 2 is by breaking your opponent's economy. That's a fantastic peek and finish by Lex there. Gumboot was even ready for that, and he just can't win the fight. This is gonna be a very hard round for IUPUI to win, I think. They have no long control, and it looks like they're trying to go A, which makes not only the site take itself quite difficult, but then the post plant is like really hard as well.
This is the issue with IUPUI. A lot of their mid rounds is essentially just gets down to idling kind of in mid and having to make a decision. So they are gonna try to do it. Yeti tries to find the first. It's traded. Now it's just T-Bone. Isolating these kills really well. Oh, and almost gets the second, but Yeti does take him down.
The bomb fell, I thought, but they just never picked it up. I thought it fell because the bomb just never got scooped, but it was just a case of no one going back to pick it up. I mean, there were really good flashes there for IUPUI. They had the right idea. There was just no... T-Bone did a good job of isolating his 1v1s. There was no ramp Molotov, and there was no staggered flashbangs, so he really had a field day on those peaks. Honestly, almost got 3 if it wasn't for Big Daddy Ace, like perfect crosshair placement. That puts IUPUI in a situation where they actually are going to force here instead of save. C-Max P before the Xbox landing could have been tragic, but it wasn't. Molotov comes in. Gumboot all alone goes down to T-Bone, who's on an MP9, farming that money.
Oh my god, no one dies in that engagement. That's actually insane.
Oh, CMX, he had a bit of
that
a
nade's good.
chance there.
Yeah. This is just a dismantling. And
That's the
IUPUI's
third Molotov to land Catwalk.
Yeah. I mean, IUPUI is on an eco, but it's still just a pattern that's happened in the gun rounds as well.
Yeah, and I mean, it is important to mention that this is IUPUI's map pick.
Yeah.
So any kind of what feels like inexperience or holes in their default, definitely something that is worth being confused over and questioning about, whether this was the correct to choose. They had the only map they couldn't pick was Vertigo. They would consider picking, so this was essentially chosen over Mirage. I'd say is the one-to-one relation there.
Yeah. I mean, there's also the idea that when you're picking, you could just you could go for like something like overpass, even though it's the decider. You could try to get it first if you're confident enough that you don't want to you want to get it right or get it out of the gate, and then you could just swap the maps basically. Like, okay, we'll just go Dust 2 last, and then we'll go for overpass
There's
first.
a chance Big Daddy gets a bomb plant here, which would be very good for IUPUI. Yeah, he's gonna get that down. That's really important. And as strange as it sounds, this is kind of winnable. Like, okay, now it becomes winnable. Yeah. Solid retake from Cyberstorm there. I think Big Daddy A's post plant was just too bad. He was exposed to too much, and his health in tunnels had a Tech 9, which is just not going to be good to cover the window. And that's going to be Cyberstorm going up 5-0, which is super solid on a CT side of Dust 2 that relies so much on having AWPs up and having a good economy for util.
Gumboot's got an okay spawn. He might just go for the pick here.
Yeah, they're gonna go boost. Oh, he
didn't shoot.
didn't crouch. I think he didn't see him because he didn't crouch. Nonetheless, bomb has been left in T spawn.
Yeah, that's. Hopefully they remember to get that.
That's kind of interesting. Back This actually crossed the pit to start that with the EWP.
Right now, J-Rod is putting a lot of pressure from this cat here. He's about to throw Molly it out. He's doing a lot just for one guy to keep IUPUI out of this. Nade as well.
Yeah, it is a bit risky to play this far up, and you want to throw your smoke there is something that you don't see. I think a whole lot of pro teams do. They just don't see this as map control as a good place to put down a smoke. In the
I mean,
rounds.
it's worked because it's stalled. It's worked in this situation because definitely stalled IUPUI now.
Just going for that hinge smoke. So many times I watch IUPUI misuse the hinge smoke. I feel like either the smoke comes in and they don't strafe away in time, or the smoke comes in and they forget to jump across. This makes me nervous. There are 2 players here to stop this long push, so without a very good flash, which doesn't exist, this is likely going to be cut down. And the bomb is there as well. Big Daddy A now running away. T-Ball's going to hear that, and all the focus is going to show up onto Catwalk, where Molly has just landed, and there are 3 CTs ready to stop it. This is likely going to be extremely ugly for the Jaguars. Getting on this bomb site is not going to be a simple task. Ramp Molly comes in. That's the difference from previous rounds, but J-Rod will be receiving support from his teammates on long A. He hasn't been able to find one yet. Big Daddy A trades, and CMX up on the box gets a kill there. Bomb has just been stuck, and there's no nade to stop the plant, so it will go down. But the health bars on the T side are so low. Big Daddy A kind of whiffing his chance to get an important kill there. Cactus posting on Catwalk. CMX likely the one needs to be activated, and now he's activated for a 1 versus 3. He hits the first spray, but cannot transfer the bullet. Cactus gets 3 kills on the round with the EWP, and IUPUI, they lose their 6th straight round.
Yeah, I hate to say it. I hate to be ripping an IUPUI here, but like, this is like you kind of look like a lost team. Like, for picking this map yourself, like this is a really bad showing for. Because it's lots of idling.
Oh, like there's a miss by Jetty, just accidentally bought up Nova.
Kind of just get into mid, and it's like, don't really try to force. You don't really try to work the maps in like tunnels or try to put more pressure past the mid doors. I guess there's just a lot of idling. Now they go for long control. Lucky for them, no one's there this round.
I was about to say, this is incredible. CMX just took an op into tons and just posted long ton hall. And like never cleared lower, and there was no one watching lower either. Maybe IUPUI threw that Molotov to stop a lower push, but that was pretty brave to just not even think about lower at all.
Yeah, we have 4 players on the A site.
Yeah, it was an early round cat stack, and there was no one to receive it. So now they do have cat control. I mean, this is the issue, right? I mean, every round it seems like IUPUI, they want to go A, but they can't get both cat and long control. And without both of those, your plant is only as good as it's the miracle post plant you can pull off without the other's control, which usually requires a late lurk, and we haven't seen that.
Yeah.
And see, Tristan is going to try to walk up cat, I think, and be that late lurk after the long hit comes in. But he is actually being challenged by T-Bone. He's stuck in the corner. Yeah, this CT plant is you don't see it very often. Oh, the flashbang is so good. J-Rod sprays down 3, and CMX, he trades it, but not before his entire team has been massacred. That is rough, and Cactus. Salt in the wound takes out CMX. This is ugly for IUPUI. Tristan almost just seems like he was giving up there. I mean, it's just so brutal. No one on IUPUI playing anti-flash, all up against the wall close. You're just so at risk of a flash swing like that if you're playing. And they didn't have CMX in the pit, he was helping mid. That's the one, like, silver lining is if you have a guy in pit, he's so far back he doesn't get flashed. He can take that shot on the player peeking, and it prevents the disaster. But there was no preventative measure there, and the disaster occurred.
Big Daddy A has bought up. Not sure this is another misbuy.
Yeah, I mean, this is where if you're someone like Big Daddy A that has expressed hate towards Dust 2 as a map, for a long time, it may tilt you that, your team picked into Dust 2 and you're down 0-7 on a map that you were supposed to have the advantage on. Looks like it looks like IUPUI is just gonna stick with this long.
They're gonna scare them off. I don't think he had an op there. He just didn't want to fight. It's understandable.
Yeah, it seems like at every turn, Cyberstorm has good utility, good mid-round protocols for getting information when they need it, like good positioning, understanding what map control they don't have and rotating accordingly. Like all these protocols, all these utility, it just seems like Cyberstorm knows this map and has played this map way more than IUPUI.
Yeah. This is the risk of like picking something that just because know, just because their opponent's bad at it. Like, unless you watch a demo, which nobody IUPUI does watching demos for their playoffs, it's like you don't know what the situation. You don't know if like the other team just played extremely well and like it was. Oh no, I'll repeat. I'll say that.
This is another cleanup.
Yeah,
he is the ace in the hole. He gets one, but he's not playing for the second. Lex gonna get that kill, and Tristan in a familiar spot, in an unwinnable situation, pretty much. With 33 seconds left, will likely just try to get killed. Bomb is down. He hasn't been spotted, and he's just spotted a gun barrel elevator. I don't know if his team's calmed that to him. If he gets the first kill, he's going to get traded, though.
Yeah.
So Cyberstorm up 8-0, have literally already won the first half.
Yeah. It's like, as I was saying, like, the problem is unless you look at the demo, you don't know why Cyberstorm lost that 16-6. It could very well be that every round of their like CT or T half, it was like one player or two players left alive on the other side. It just like spiraled out of control economy-wise, but it was a close rounds individually. Like there's just a lot of ways how you could explain that scoreline. It's not simply as just they're bad. I think that's what we're saying here.
And as time passes, that map 3 of Overpass is looking necessary for even IUPUI to win the series. So, and that's not even mentioning Nuke, which they got picked against them. They'll have the CT start, but being down 8-0 on Dust 2, like, you're just hoping for a chance to gain some momentum. And I mean, IUPUI, they threw a flashbang cat. Did it even blind Cactus?
Like, it was just a half-assed one.
Like every setup. I mean, we see, I think we've seen mainly cat stacks for setups, but you even see J-Rod pushed into long hut. Like, he's not even afraid to do that as a solo player long. It just shows how much dominance Cyberstorm has been showing. And, I mean, he's out wide with the enemy B, and they want to go mid-B, but there's two players on the B bomb site. CMX has picked off a player cat, but he's not ready for the long push. It's all falling apart, 9-0. I don't even remember the last time. I mean, the last time we've even seen IUPUI close in one of these rounds is when CMX was up in a 1 versus 3. I mean, like, literally the closest round of this game was Big Daddy A losing the 1v1 to a Ninja Defuse after both of his teammates died in the 1v3. Like, after that 1v3, IUPUI has been pretty much shut out of literally everything. Oh.
Austin is not even scared, dude. He is. This is how you know it's a high score line, cause.
Wow. It feels like a pug that's just gone south for one team. Cyberstorm, every one of their players making aggressive plays for information, which can be just so suffocating if you're already losing.
If this keeps up, I'll get my early bedtime.
Well, as early as the clock start goes. Alright, long contest coming in. T-Bug gets 1, gets 2. Molly never actually got put out, so the IUPUI is getting burned alive, and well, it's going to be 11-0.
Oh, there goes another round, down in 20 seconds.
This is a moggening. I don't use that word lightly. This is a moggening. I wish I could see the round summaries when I hit tab. It truly feels like Cyberstorm has not had a close round since that round 3. It feels like every round has just been like 3 players alive minimum.
Well, I mean, you could see by the deaths. I mean, the only person that's on, like, is Austin with 6 deaths, and it shows with his money, but other people are 4, 4, 4, and 2 deaths.
IUPUI, it just feels like they're lost. I'm literally ready to just go to nuke at this point. It would be different if like he dropped the close. Oh, that's a fantastic kill from Big Daddy A. Opens mid. The problem is that'll bait them into a B take where because the A defense has been so successful, Cyberstorm has 2 players here. And Lect has started it off. Big Daddy A not clearing car, goes down. Now the player count has been revealed. Lect, he gets another. Yeti trying to clear our car, he will. But playing around the smoke small with Lect, who gets one and will finish the round off with a 4K.
Lect plays that so well. That's a great position for any B players out there. Just throw that smoke right there. You can play around it on the box. It's a fantastic way because it provides you, not, as you can see, not only cover from people coming out, but it also provides you cover from the guy coming into window.
Yeah, I mean, and that 2B stack is just a product of how much success Cyberstorm has had today. You really don't see 2B all that often. It's really only when you feel like your opponent won't go A fast, and because of how much success Cyberstorm has had with map control, particularly on Catwalk, it was worth it for them to make that stack, and it ends up paying off incredibly well for them. Big Daddy A is literally like every round is just, he's just running at his opponents and trying to die as fast as possible, it feels like.
Yeah,
Is,
clearly,
wow, everything just goes wrong for IUPUI. It feels like every single round.
Well, this boost coming in, this might be just it. It's gonna be so dead.
Yeah, so wait for one
Close for the
Go 2-0. I mean, we are in real danger of a 16-0, in which only one round was close. Like, can you even mentally reset from that? Is it even possible? I would venture no. Like, this isn't like, you know, a game like Rocket League or a fighter as T-Bone's pushing into lower. That's the first time we've seen that in a long time, and it catches Gumboot off. Brigadier does get the trade. But, I mean, you literally see how confident Cyberstorm are in their information, in their calls. Everyone left A. Like, literally everyone just walked away from the A bomb site, which gives Tristan, I guess, a timing. But he jiggle peeks and re-swings into an op, which is moderately unadvisable, I'd say. Probably want to jiggle a couple more times, try to see if he can bait out the op shot.
I think with this game, it's like, this is an example where you're starting to lose, you know, your time to turn around the game is like when you lose those first, you know, 4 or 5 rounds. That's the opportunity you have to take a pause and try to make a change, but once it gets up to like, you know, 8, 9 rounds, that's pretty much done. You're just kind of hoping to luck your way into a round win or two at this point.
That's a good lurk from Yeti, but in all likelihood, our good friend likes to get a lot of clear. He gets one. Big Yeti is going to stick this bomb plant. That was quite brave. But he's getting hit by every single angle, and he goes down. Lect has been so solid on this B bomb side. The dude is 17-2, a KD of 8.5. That is ridiculous. As I was saying, this isn't like a fighting game or like Rocket League or those, you know, quicker games where if you get blown out the first match, it only was like, you know, 5 minutes at the most. You reset, you just go into the next game, and you can very easily forget about it. In Counter-Strike, you go onto map 2 and you just spent the last 25 minutes getting thoroughly destroyed and dismantled. This is maybe the most dominant ESEA League match I've ever seen. Especially in playoffs.
Yeah.
Like, Gumboot's just thrown a smoke to get off of Cubby,
and
he dies
still
anyway.
Dies. I mean, that's it in a microcosm right there. That's basically this game. Oh my god.
Perfect. Yeah, I mean,
and the lurk is coming in.
I don't know
tons.
what to say. I don't know what to say. Like, that's like this game's done. I mean, that smoke was like just thrown. Like, it feels like I feel like it's hard to blame them, but I think they've just given up. Austin was one kill away from ace there. CMX
doesn't expect this so quick.
Pad the stats. Okay, 15-0, a push round away from a 16-0 in playoffs, and not even like a 1 seed versus like a 32 seed. It's literally like a top 13 match, and we are seeing just a Mogany, just an outclassing on Dust 2. Ever since IUPUI lost a 1 versus 3 on that A-bomb site, it's just been downhill from there. And by downhill, I mean like a 90-degree angle cliff. At this point, you are celebrating a piss around win if you're IUPUI. Otherwise, you go into map 2 without a single round where you saw IUPUI wins the round at the end. And it'll be tested pretty quickly here as Big Daddy A is running into lower tons. He hits a nice shot there. Yeah, one bright spot I've seen from IUPUI is Big Daddy A's aim seems to be on point, but it can only go so far when people with Glocks are jumping like monkeys at you. This is where we'll likely see Yeti tested. CMX is rotating into window, and that won't be smoked, so he's going to be flashed instead. Yeti goes down without finding himself a kill, and Cactus makes it 2 for the T side. This is looking like that 16-0. The kit is a silver lining for IUPUI. I don't know how it got shot over to the doors, but it did. But that's it. 16-0. The only close round was round 3. I think every other round Cyberstorm had at least 3 players alive. Like, that was dominance. That was thoroughly dominant.
Yeah, I don't know what to say.
All you can say is you just hope that IUPUI can just show up on Nuke and actually play. That was ugly. That was ugly. Hard to sure.
Yeah, well, when I said that I wasn't sure about these map events at the start of this broadcast, I mean, I thought, okay, I feel this too, you know, it's gonna be like a score line, like, you know, like 16-10, 16-12, it'd be something that's like, I mean, it'd suck, but like, you know, it wouldn't be, I didn't expect this.
So Cyberstorm had a mean deaths of 1.86 per round. So they died less than 2 times a round.
Wow.
What? That was even worse than I thought. On average, you were not even killing 2 players around. Everyone on Cyberstorm above 16 RWS. IUPUI will exit that playoff match with a cumulative 0 RWS. I mean, if there were any bright spots in that game, it did feel like Big Daddy A's entering was on point as well as CMX's to a certain extent, but that's trying to find, you know, a bright spot in a hurricane. You're not really finding one.
Yeah, it's, I can only say, like, I'm kind of scared to go to Nuke now because if this is what it's like on Dust 2, I can only imagine that Nuke is not gonna be far off because I mean these map picks just didn't. This was just not the map veto. I think I should have tried to go for. Let's see. All right, this may be my last broadcast ever.
Ever, okay. Well,
I may die tonight this evening.
it's you honestly did not leave on a good one. Should have chosen a different broadcast. That 1.8 mean deaths was calculated from 14-0, by the way. 15-0 was 2 deaths, and then the piss around was 2 deaths again, I think. So maybe they got it to a 2 death average by the end. But that's not good.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's see. All right. I guess we'll go to a commercial break while this next game.
ESEA has this karma promotion, and it's like a karma graffiti, right, on the right side of the page.
Yeah.
Aren't graffitis disabled in ESEA?
They had to
Oh,
re-enable
okay,
him
okay,
for of his Valve.
okay.
All right. Well, we'll be back in a second. All right. Welcome back. We're back now on Nuke. Just waiting. Players will be loaded in soon. IUPUI have had some Nuke games. They did have a Nuke win against a 6-8 team earlier on, but before that they played it. They weren't too comfortable on it. They had 2 losses on it. Once against Rectify Academy, the other one against a dead team. I'll have to see. I like Cyberstorm. That was a very polished Dust 2. And if that's the map that they're getting picked against,
Yeah, I mean, your one bright spot is if you wanted to shift the momentum, you do have the CC side of Nuke to try to do that.
yeah. Question is, if IUPUI can somehow bring this back, do you think they ever? Do you think they? What do you think they do with Dust 2? Do you think they just like
Pretzel is. He wasn't in the last game, was he?
Pretzel?
Ah, Pretzel.
No, he
It's
was
gotta
not.
be-
It's Pretzel. Is he a coach or something?
Okay, he's a coach. There's 11 people on the server. I was like, after 16-0, even if you did have a sub there, I feel like you just don't even make that roster change. Just don't even mess up the 16-0 magic.
Well, maybe. All right. Well, they have. So that was without the coach. Oh, jeez. I can all did. The news keeps getting worse and worse for IUPUI. Switch it over now. Oh boy. IUPUI. You know what? They lost that first one. They're just trying to make it a good storyline for the viewers at home. So you may think they're they lost there. That was they lost because they were bad. They're actually lost because they care about the fans so much. So what can they show us? This pistol round is gonna be they can win this is gonna be a big factor in restoring slowly the mental damage that has occurred on this show. They can prove themselves to be better pistol players. Two sets of utility bought up. Looks like it's just gonna be an A hit.
Yeah, pop up Molly going flying in right now. Tristan's gonna be full blind here if he flashes or anything. Yep, he's full. The flashes were late though, and CMX and Yeti punished that. Bomb is down cut, which makes a rotation unlikely. Lek, without armor, got tagged up pretty badly there. CMX gets a 4K in that pistol round. IUPUI, I'll say one thing. You are not allowed to win 17 straight rounds against IUPUI. You just can't do it. It's not possible.
They'll shut you down on 17. Yeah.
No one beats IUPUI 17 rounds in a row. No one does it.
No one, I repeat, no one.
But I mean, we mentioned it. That's exactly what you need to do. Just to, and by need, I mean like need in the truest sense of the word. You have to win pistol there if you're IUPUI. Like, you cannot afford to start losing rounds. Oh my god!
Did you just see what he did?
Yeah, I did, and it's worked flawlessly. And IUPUI have lost the bomb site. So for all this talk of momentum gathering,
they've lost the bomb site, but Cactus has
no
lost the bomb.
chance that's the bomb. No
Cactus
way.
has lost the bomb.
Their play works so well for them to lose like this.
Cactus just wide swung outside with the bomb. Maybe you should have swapped him out with Pretzel because that was a very, very question mark all over the screen play. And as you can see, it slowed this round down to a crawl.
Yeah, that round goes from very hard for IUPUI to win to basically in the palm of their hands. This is a good smoke for. Oh, never mind. I thought he was gonna drop big garage.
Okay, well that works too. That works too.
Shot.
Oh no, Austin's right here. Something's way
Tristan
down.
didn't clear it. Tristan just didn't clear below him.
Just wasn't ready for him to be that fast.
Gumbu's in an interesting spot here. If Austin's like never actually clears this, they could run onto the bomb.
Oh, we found him.
I didn't even know that was a thing.
But surely you go hell here now. Because you'll be able to hear him if he drops down. Olect might just get the kill.
Oh, Gumbu spotted him though. I don't think Lex has returned that. But it doesn't matter. Lex is an insane flick. So that round was interesting. To summarize it, Cyberstorm got an insane entry onto the A bomb site, and in return got the control of that bomb site. They then proceeded to lose bomb out in no man's land. CMX got perfectly cleared in electronic, and the Tech-9, I think it was running, just one-taps him at long range. And then Cyberstorm's able to close that out as Tristan kind of gave up his life for A site information. And All the momentum that we thought IUPUI
Okay.
had finally regained for themselves is just instantly shot. Just completely.
T-Bone's so good, doesn't even need a crosser on my screen. Oh, but Big Daddy 8
Right.
finds him.
Okay.
Take down J out as well.
He is
But
getting
I
flanked
don't
out,
think
which is
he's
impossible.
not ready, I don't think. Oh, well, he was almost ready.
Yeah, somebody called it for him, but it's hard to be perfectly counter-strafing that angle. It's a nice little shot from CMX. He's going to be able to claim the AK, but Lex holding the off angle takes down CMX, and Cyberstorm increase their lead. Or sorry, give themselves their first lead of the game. Felt like they were in the lead the second they won that previous round, but IUPUI did get the pistol, but as that was a forced buy from the Jaguars, they will be on a save here.
Yeah, CMX is on 7 kills, and it's round 4.
Yeah, I mean, that pistol round from CMX was huge. This is just an outside rush for IUPUI.
Dude, Austin, dude, this guy is a monkey. And that is not a derogatory, that is not meant to be a slur in any way, in case he is a African-American individual. I mean, and literally, he plays like a monkey running around, brainless.
Working out for him quite well for the most part. I don't think we've ever seen him make a true misplay yet. Left that peak disadvantage there for Yeti. Goes down.
Alright, IUPUI, this is your moment. What are you gonna show me?
Yeah, this is a gun round that you really need to get. Otherwise, you're going back on the eco, and you find yourself in a similar situation that you did on the last map.
Yeah.
I will say, I think IUPUI, I've mentioned it before, I think on average, like, aim kind of skill level, if you put IUPUI's 5 up against most main teams' 5, just in like a deathmatch or an aim map, I think IUPUI is going to be a team you don't favor in that situation. And more than anything else, Cyberstorm has been doing a good job on the C side of Nuke, just kind of forcing angles and catching IUPUI unexpectedly. Also, just kind of playing this Nico role. But Big Daddy is ready for this, so that's a fantastic start to this gunner for IUPUI. They cut off this early secret play, and Big Daddy is going to give even more information that there was no one T-red, which will allow for some rotations with the Tristan goes down mini, not ready for that squeaky piece of ball, and Lex actually going to double up and just completely crack open that A-bomb site. Gumboot now being pressured from ramp, and everything after that initial pick is kind of falling apart. Big Daddy A is able to get Cactus on top silo. Now CMX, it's really all on him to stop this A push. I wonder if T-side considers a vent drop here. They now know that super player is mini instead of secret. Yep, and there it goes. Bomb going down vent. No noise was made. CMX is going to make this 3 versus 2, but no kit in this post plant means taking the bomb side is going to need to happen pretty quickly. And rotations, they won't be the quickest possible. This secret rotation has definitely been heard from Lex, who's now running. He gets 1, he gets 2. He's on a 4K in the round. Prime to ace it if Gumboot isn't going to save, but it looks like Gumboot will save. So IUPUI, they get the first kill, they get decent information, but it all falls apart on A. Basically, Lex walks in and gets kills, and that's the round. So Lex, I think, was what, 17-2 for Dust 2? I think he ended the map something like that, and now he's 9-1. So he's like 26-3, and like 20 rounds played.
Yeah.
21 rounds played. He's having himself the series of his life.
This is a life game. I think Lek, I looked at his ESEA profile. He did have a LFT ad. I think if he, after this game, he could just link that, and that can be. He doesn't need to say anything else. Just link the match page.
Yeah. So, IUPUI, they are on another save. Likely going to see 1-5, and at that point, you're going to want to flawless CT half.
I mean, they have been getting the kills on the ecos. To be fair, they have been.
These rounds have been closer than the Dust 2 rounds.
Yeah.
That's no saying.
Austin here. Once again.
Yeah, they have Austin playing the Nico role for the where you just throw outside support smokes and you just have to say Austin, go get map control, go kill. And they do have silo support for most of these rounds, but as far as taking the map control, it's
Tristan's still on 0 kills. Has yet to find the magical first.
Yeah.
And like now 12-1.
It's monitoring.
Out.
Just throwing that volley to prevent the smoke across coming in, and it has
Oh, the
done
nade,
very well.
that's a perfect example of why you throw that nade, but unfortunately he was some hair off on the spray through the smoke, otherwise would have killed Black. Big Daddy A finds him.
Alright. So if we might see another round here.
Yeah.
Big Daddy A is going to find the secret player. Now Cactus in the 1 versus 4. He finds the first onto Tristan, who got himself his first kill in the match.
Yeah. In a tough spot though with bomb down here. And you have to cross all the way.
Big Daddy actually smoked.
That's gonna be a throw.
It's got to be a misplay. Just give him the off at 1 versus 1.
Yeah, the Gumboot's posted on this. Yeti just chills on this angle. I don't see how you would lose this unless someone else does a misplay like Big Daddy A.
There's a lot of time left though.
Yeah, but
Cactus is making noise, which kind of.
yeah, the bomb would be a different story, but with the bomb here in such a tough spot, it's like.
Yeah, the thing is though, I mean, him finding a 1 versus 1 onto Yeti isn't all that implausible.
I mean, I think Yeti's gonna let him pass. So if he can get the 1v1 on Gumboot, the problem is Gumboot has a huge advantage with this angle.
But the bomb is actually retrievable. That's definitely his plan, is to get the bomb and run, I think. 18 seconds makes this very hard to win with the op, but...
You're going to need to, like, hit a nasty scope here. But no, he's not looking that way.
He really thought the player was electronic. Okay, 2 rounds. IUPUI on the board, the first gun round of the entire match. Both maps included. But yeah, I mean, the MVP of that round is Tristan's Molotov, cutting off the smokes. And Cyberstorm, they crossed anyway, and they paid the price. Yeah.
There's going to be a ramp hit here.
Yeah, a lot of util being thrown into A, I think, to try to cause some kind of rotation off of ramp and onto A, or at least prevent rotations. That Molotov will stall the ramp play.
I think Gumbo went down. I think somebody they called could have been down vent.
Yeah, the vent drop call was definitely made. And that's going to favor this ramp take so much. Gumboot now, realizing what grave danger he's in, he's going to need to hit some great shots. He hits the first, is stuck in the corner, gets 2. T-Bone will trade though.
Alright, he did his job. Now it's time for the rest of the players to do theirs. It's going to be a 4-man retake. Now this is how you want to retake on Nuke B site, is you want to group up on one spot and move your way as a pack and try to just keep together so you can trade everything. That's exactly what they're going to do. As first trade comes in.
The bomb isn't planted for this ramp player. Cactus finds a first. Lex is flashed. Tristan's not clearing for it, and this retake has fallen apart. Big Daddy A trying to make a play, but it's not going to work out. Cactus 2 kills in the post fight with the AWP. IUPUI, they lose another gun round. It's 2-6 now in favor of Cyberstorm, and you are now in grave danger of losing the series 2-0 and being eliminated from ESEA main playoffs.
Yeah.
Lex 13-2, by the way.
Yeah. There's not much to say until IUPUI gives us something to work with. There's just not much to say otherwise. Then they're just getting mogged. I mean, a lot of this is also just like Lect obviously is a gamer, but I mean, they have no fear. They're just running down here.
It's worse.
He's wall banged him through the squeaky door, and now he no scopes him outside. I mean, there's a big lack of respect here.
Yeah, that was the pug round. 15-2. Looking to make his KD better than it was on Nuke. Oh, sorry, on Dust 2.
If I told you this team hasn't practiced at all during the playoffs, would you believe me? I'm talking about Cyberstorm.
I would find it moderately hard to believe, but I mean,
They are a dead team. Players are all LFT.
I wonder if that'll remain that way even if advanced.
I think it
Probably
might.
won't, right?
Yeah.
Because you want to keep that advanced slot.
Well, I mean, I think they have two or
So,
they have 2 or 3 of the
Cyberstorm has just heard a mass migration through the vents. They're gonna stick B anyway. Plants. Big Daddy A gonna trade that one versus one, but Cactus on a late lurk through the vent will find Tristan, and Big Daddy A has just whiffed his spray out of J-Rod, causing another round loss for IUPUI and putting them onto yet another half bye. 2-8 is the score. Cyberstorm has already won this half from the T side, and at best, IUPUI can probably make this like 9-3. 9-6.
That's very optimistic. Well, there's a little bit of team damage.
Quick crossbows being thrown, doesn't look like they'll be used, except for to maybe pull attention away from this fast mini split, which we've now seen 3 times this match. Every time in this entry has been found, it feels like. Big Daddy A and Yeti combined for Yeti, a nice 1D gone to Austin in the mini garage. Lect, he doesn't want to give up this round. J-Rod as well joining him in this mini area. Flashbang to create space. Won't create much, but it's enough to find Big Daddy A.
Oh, look at this boost. Oh, if they could have just gotten time, that would have been... But just wasn't quick enough. Now both
And
players...
now the reset comes in.
Yeah, stuck on the site here. CMX will find himself an AK. I don't know if they heard that. But J-Rod, I think, is going to clear it and be cautious no matter what. I probably did hear that with how cautious he's being here.
Yeah, it looks like the plan is to be split.
But head gets taken off, and that's the bomb. Yeah, unfortunately, they decide to split up here for this and try to each pinch. I'm not sure really why you do that. I don't see that much of advantage of it, considering that you have the potential of what happens right here, where one of you dies. Alright, CMX, the hero of that round. Picks up IUPUI with their 3rd.
So that was a forced by victory. Is that enough to get IUPUI back in this game? I have my doubts, but I'm willing to be surprised.
Oh. Currently Cyberstorm fan, but I'm willing to join IUPUI fans back again, become a fan again.
It's a very aggressive. We've seen this several times. This nade set come out very quickly from Cyberstorm. You throw this vent lurk smoke, you Molotov mini, and the goal is to make your opponents at the very least spam the smoke and ensure that there's no vent drop. Can pull a lot of rotations, denies a lot of information. And we've already seen IUPUI, I think, dump 2 smokes on a squeaky door. I don't think that was optimal timing on those smokes. But it is a 5 versus 5. I think this is setting up to be an A execute, and I think the util is now being thrown in. Yeti will find the first, goes down to the Molotov on site, and that is the A site, pretty much under control of Cyberstorm. 4 versus 4 post plant gonna rise here. Bomb going down planted for Mini. Gunboot finds a lurk kill in lobby. That's super important for the validity of this retake. CMX waiting with a flashbang in heaven. Likely gonna wait until the mini smoke goes and everyone will swing at once on this flashbang. Flash comes in. Player swinging from mini. CMX finds the first entry. Top on player catches. Is traded and now T-Bone finds the first, cannot find the second. So IUPUI, they win that post plant. Very solid retake, very well played retake. And that was inspirational with regards to a lot of the other rounds we've seen.
Almost makes you think they can win the whole thing.
I don't know if I'd go that far.
Okay, well. Two ops are in play. Tristan, not having success with the rifle, decides to pick up the op and see if it'll grant him a couple more kills. And knowing how low skill the weapon is, I wouldn't be surprised if it does.
I do like playing from mini, the op, but he's not going to be playing from mini. He's got to red, and he gets his head taken clean off. Big Daddy A on the play, finds one. Some chaos, and gets a second. That's a great play. He got the bomb dropped as well, and that could be the disruption IUPUI needed to make this round redeemable after that initial gunfight went so poorly. That seemed like a play where you'd want 3 players, you know, with that 3rd player flashing for the off swing. But instead, the op swing comes in dry. J-Rod is on a notable lurk here on this A-bomb side. He is just on the site.
Uh-oh. Big Daddy A is burned to a crisp.
Bomb being separated from the team still makes this interesting. Gumboot on Unbreakable. He's not going to be challenged from behind. CMX launching that far movement was going to happen. Ooh, there seemed to be a Gumboot great flick on the
You're gonna run boost across. This is a good play if you can get him across.
I think they actually just wanted to see over the smoke.
Now they're run boosting. Oh, they run boost forward into it. Not sure. But Cactus does have the op. And Gumboot with a 3K. Big round from Gumboot.
Yeah, I mean, you brought up Tristan's op maybe having impact, but it was instead Gumboot that had all the impacts that round.
And now we're starting to get a little game on our hands. 5-8. IUPUI win one more, they might just win the whole thing.
Tech 9 buy up here. The last time we saw a Tech 9 buy on a Cyberstorm, it was a fast mini split. Instead, it's going to be a fast hut play.
Oh, flashes are perfect. The Yeti is so white, but
Oh,
the other
late
team
flash! Yeah, okay, it doesn't even matter. That was a disaster.
Yeah.
Tech 9's just running out of the A-bomb fight. Flashes are so good. No one's playing anti-flash. Tristan, that nade kill could make this very interesting. Gumboot gonna fall off and throw a flashbang for Big Daddy to get in this bomb site. I don't love this play unless this flashbang is literally the best one I've ever seen. Because at this point, you have no one trading Big Daddy. Tristan now coming up to heaven. I see the plan now. Gumboot gonna lob this flash in for both players to swing. There it is. Fights come in. No one. Oh, he's actually. His calls have just not been made.
Yeah.
He literally lands on his opponent.
The thing with that flash is you need to the problem is you kind of need to trust the flash and you need to jump into it because of that what just happened right there where that player right there is gonna be blind every day, and you can't, if you're just swinging up heaven, you can't take the time to just look below you because you have so many more angles that are gonna be at risk, so that you just have to jump in and trust the flash. Bit of team damage.
He's aggressive in hut. I think this has been heard because Lectus is posted very diligently on this angle right now.
Yeah. And I don't think Big Daddy called it because he did get naded by CMX. Okay, but Yeti is coming in with the okay, what?
The bomb is actually down T-spawn.
Oh
What is happening? Gumboot now flanking from ramp. Is gonna get a double kill with the XM.
What is going on?
The shotgun buy works flawlessly for the Jaguars. Literally, like, no one died. Wow. J-Rod is playing anti-cac right now.
Yeah.
That'd be our new call for this one.
Anti-cac, anti-cac.
Anti-cac.
Oh, Austin just missed Big Daddy's head. Oh, Big Daddy is okay. Well, that you deserve that. I'm sorry.
I can't believe he's just
and
made
J-Rod just made a timing here.
Yeah, for sure. And finds Yeti. So it seemed like impossible. It's still unlikely, but it's definitely different.
I think IUPUI vacated the bomb a little too early here.
Okay.
But okay, Big Gumboot will find Austin, so this will be hard to do. Has the bomb, but not that much time and a long way to go. And he's gonna have a player here in secret.
Yeah, this should be the 6th round for IUPUI.
Yeah, free kill for Tristan.
Alright. Well, it's respectable. It's respectable. And that's definitely a difference from Nuke. I'm sorry, from Dust 2.
IUPUI can just pull out some of the strats, reach into the hat. Maybe we'll have a little bit of a game here. I think if Cyberstorm they win this pistol, they might just run away with this. Because I can't imagine their CT side being such a far cry from their T side. Especially if Lek continues. which I didn't look. I forgot to look what he ended the half with, but I'm gonna assume 20 kills at least.
Okay, T-side pistol. Tristan on one flashbang. Gumboot on a smoke and a grenade. Looks like the goal here is likely some kind of A hit. There's a delay in this play. And I think the CTs are pretty much in a retake A setup. Lex is going to be the only person really on this bomb site. He gets flashed off, so the flashes work perfectly. The bomb site is under T control, and now here comes the retake. I mean, the CTs, you'll notice they have kept all of their util. There's 2 smokes and a flashbang still on the CT side. Those were intentionally kept for this retake. Heaven retakes then. The second smoke is likely for bomb if they need it. Cactus finds the opening, T-Bone finds another, and this is just so hard now. They're getting pushed from all angles. I don't know how Yeti survived that long, and Lex just team killed his mate. Making this, at the very least, a discussion. But Tristan, he lines up one with 5 HP. This is incredibly unlikely, though, and he goes down to Austin. And IUPUI, they lose the pistol round. Cyberstorm, their retake A strategy worked. I don't want to say flawlessly. Lect on a -1 scoreline right now, but it was sufficient to win the round. And that puts IUPUI in a situation where they're going to buy up Galil's here. 5 Galil's across the block.
Yeah. Problem is CTs have 3 M4s and 2 MP9s. It's a deadly combo because, unlike having the FAMAS,
no way that just happened. No way that just happened.
ESEA is going to be so upset with that.
A free kill.
Returns, but I could cost him 99 out of 100 of his HP.
Oh, I thought he was going to die that molly.
And
wow.
More HP being traded here.
Yeah. Both Big Daddy and CMX just died from pretty much just raw, no flashbang swings outside. Gumboot going to be the entry man here. Cactus accidentally right-clicks to unequip his silencer, which cost him his life. All the CTs are very low on health, so it's going to come down to whether they're clearing their angles. Yeah, that was a snappy flick onto T-Bone. Tristan finds the first, he's heard the second. I think that was a little bit unnecessary from Tristan to wildly spray like that. J-Rod's going to take advantage of it. And now Yeti, he finds himself in a 1 versus 1. That was really awkward timing. I think J-Rod saw that cross. There is no kit on J-Rod, though. Yeti can't know that. Oh, the smoke.
No.
That took the strangest bounce I've ever seen. Just barely getting clipped by that red border. Yeti, he's playing a close angle on left eye peak, but he's able to win. IUPUI, they win, and they get themselves to 7 rounds on that Galil force buy after losing 2.3 outside. A great round from Gumboot, Yeti, and Tristan to pull that one out.
Yeah, that was a close one here. Now we have 5 nades. Can only imagine where these are going. Hint, hint.
Yeah, and right now there's no one to receive them, but Big Daddy A with the bomb is close.
They're gonna do 2 damage.
Yeah, where are the calls? The 5 nades were thrown outside, and Gumboot's just posting up a grenade. Cactus is getting 1D. What is happening? This is an inexcusable misplay from IUPUI. I don't understand how this has happened. CMX, he smoked off his teammate. This is so bad for IUPUI. There's already a player down B in Cactus. Bomb has been tapped. Cactus, I don't even think he was near enough to hear that. Because it feels like no one has responded to this tap. CMX gets caught off by the off angle, and now Big Daddy A in a 1 versus 3. And they know where he is because the door is just opened. I don't even know what to say about this round. Big Daddy A needs to win, and he can't. What a confusing round.
IUPUI just threw that round away. You had five players right where you know where they are, and then you just die. Okay, Austin has got himself doorstepped.
And the economy is a disaster for the Jags. Just a disaster. I mean, you hear 5 nades land. I mean, I'm so confused. There were some nice shots hit, but still never one of those rounds like that. CMX goes down to T-Bones, M4A1. And I think the rest of this round will be a case of 1D aim duels. Tristan is being absolutely trolled by Austin, and he cannot punish it. So if you're IUPUI, you're staring on the barrel of a 12-7 scoreline here. CT's just farmed you for money, and you yourself are on. Oh gosh, what's happened here? Look at their money. It's not even good. Some clear miscommunications as to what the economic strategy was on IUPUI side in the previous round. This is the opposite of what you want to see if you're looking to make a comeback. Looks like this is going to be some kind of hut play. J-Rod is in a position where he's just not going to be flashed. Plays anti anyway. Gets one, Gunboot, traded. Top up player never went down, and now Big Daddy A from Mini Garage. Gets the first, but dinked up in the process and isn't clearing. Opposite Mustang goes down, and IUPUI, without the bomb plant, are going to be in an economic travesty, we'll say.
We'll say Lec's been a bit quiet on this side. He got into the half with 18 frags, it's only on 20. Well, he he ended on 19.
He made fast on Squeaky here. Did catch CT's off guard.
What is going on here with Big Daddy A? What is this? What?
Wow, gets one hit. Almost.
That was a very, very interesting engagement it's had there.
Yeah, he found a timing. 2 CTs went top hut to start that round. He kind of just walked out Squeaky. But it's like it will be inconsequential. CMX.
Cactus is farming here. Oh, misses the head though. Who's got map 1? IUPUI won map 1, 16-5.
Yeah, I don't know.
It was very convincing. It was very
convincing. I don't
convincing.
know about that one.
It was actually like so boring. I barely even covered it.
So the real answer to that question, Tanju, is IUPUI lost 16-0. Did not win a single round.
Yeah.
14-7 is the scoreline. AWP bought up on Gumboot, who will be taking that towards lobby. I'm gonna try to find a pick here in Squeaky Door. And is wallbanged all the way down to low enough to die to a Molotov. He literally Lex is running through it and now finding a player in ramp.
IUPUI giving no room to breathe. Now Cyberstorm is back on their Dust 2 grind, which is we're up so far. Now we're just gonna show no respect and run around everywhere. All right. J-Rod has made the CAC play outside.
Yeah, there's 2 players on T-Roof. Tristan goes down. And now Big Daddy in situation. 15-7. Cyberstorm 1 round away from advancing to top 13. Or sorry, it'd be top 12. And they will be 1 best of 3 away from making advanced on a dead roster. If they can close out this
It's not over, Alan. It's not over yet. Don't leave the stream yet.
It might be over.
It might be over, but I'd say there's only like a 1% chance it's over.
Really, only 1%.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not a statistics
it'll be
major.
quick if it is over. It's a fast ramp play, and T-Bone is not blind at all, and will fall back, making the correct play, keeping his life up.
IUPUI didn't die. Hey, they only lost 1. That's a small price to pay. And Austin misses the shot. This could be the potential. IUPUI might be on their 8th here. If Cyberstorm keep up the misplays, might just happen. They miss a nade as well. It's just all falling apart. Cyberstorm, they're being shook right now.
Yeah, they may be shook, but not phased.
Yeah.
It's not. Yeah.
Now Gumboot
in a 1 versus 2, try to save his team from elimination. Cactus posting on his
And
escape
1 HP on Cac.
clutch.
Find him.
It doesn't look like they're ready for this, actually. Maybe about half of it. Now Gumboot wins the 1 versus 2, so we go one more round.
Yeah.
It was as close as it could
I
possibly
told you,
be.
1% chance. Austin has surpassed Lek now, 25 kills. Like, are they out of playoffs? Yes, if they lose this round, they are out of playoffs because they lost their upper bracket match against Danker Memerson. So, Gumboot with a big clutch there to keep IUPUI off death's door, and a nice entry to top it off.
Awkward outside. Austin's actually in this glaive smoke, and Big Daddy has walked right past him. So he could find an incredible timing here. Player goes down on hut.
He has
Austin, he's just sticking this out Africa, and Tristan just never is going for this. So that's a free kill for him.
A bomb is down all the way back. They're gonna have to go get that. It's gonna be a bit awkward because. But Cyberstorm might just try to retake the site anyway. Kills. Bomb still not retrieved yet.
Yeah. This is
Missing the molly. Could this be the start of the IUPUI comeback? All these misplays from Cyberstorm. I'm beginning to believe.
Oh, the block. Cactus was blocking Austin from running away, and Gumboot finds that kill in the transition. Spikes will close that round. So 15-9. Cactus falls down the story after his death.
Hey, Cyberstorm keeps this misplays up. We're gonna have a third map on our hands.
So Cactus's op is named Crutch.
Huh. You know, he understands. He's self-aware.
Mag 7. Uh-oh. 3 Mag 7s. Uh-oh.
3 Mag 7s are in play. One's going outside. Not sure how that's gonna play out.
I like his aggressive HUD.
Oh, he finds one before he dies. There's 2 here. Okay.
Oh my god.
Oh, but Gumboot trades to the wall. Great trade from Gumboot. IUPUI looking clean. Yeah, I don't know what happened, dude. I don't know. Somebody said something about a first map, like 16-0. I don't know. This team looks fine.
T-Bone has to make it. I mean, one thing that's been very interesting about this nuke is Gumboot's played pretty well for himself. I mean, he's positive. He's the only positive player on his team. We really haven't seen any, op mishaps from him on ramp or in his rotations. So
typically, what happens is when you're
one bright spot.
When you're really down and you're losing, it's usually because the players you usually have step up aren't there. So somebody who doesn't usually do it has to come in, and we'll usually have an overperformance, which is kind of what happens a lot of times. What we're seeing here.
The curse of the Mr. Mutt top frag. Actually.
Exactly. That's also what it's called.
So, Cyberstorm set up in this top hut Mustang dual setup towards the A-bomb site.
Oh.
The smokes across will allow IUPUI to get down secret, but T-Bone is here waiting, spotting for information on double door. Going to be throwing a nade the instant he starts receiving pressure, most likely. A minute left in the round. IUPUI pretty content with what they've got this far. Nade comes in and completely cooks Big Daddy A down to 58 HP. Cactus did get tagged, but first kill goes.
Oh, this is a disaster. You got 3 players in there, such good positions.
Yeah, this is going to be very hard to win. It's going to require some missed shots, and that's one. But right now, everything is going wrong. CMX now in a 1 versus 4 to try to save his team from ESEA main playoff. He misses his first opportunity. Cyberstorm will advance. IUPUI eliminated. They will finish the season. I mean, that's probably what, 13th? I think it's 13th place. They'll be tied for 13th place with 4 other teams or something along those lines. So overall, I think making main playoffs was a step up from the previous season. Making it, I mean, relatively deep in the bracket was also very well done. I do think there are going to be some major regrets about the games played within this playoff bracket, especially that Danker Memerson overpass. winning that would have put you one game out from qualifying to advanced and given you two chances to do so. So a game like this, may not have been the end all be all. But instead, IUPUI they lose that series to Dake and Remerson. They're gonna lose tonight against Cyberstorm, and they will finish the season 13th place.
Not much more to say other than it's ups and downs for IPY. But at the even though if you just don't looking at these matches and these strenuous situations, it has been a net improvement overall for IPY compared just performance. So they can keep improving slowly but surely. We may be able to see them in advance next season. Not next season.
Yeah,
I mean
think
get to advance next season.
what's I know the ESEA team is separate from the collegiate team and structure, but that was I think the last season that Yeti will be a student at IUPUI. He'll probably play out at least one more ESEA season, and he might continue even after that if they can't find a decent replacement for him. But it's just something worth noting.
Yeah, I think I'm not sure. Interview to close out the season? No, we're not doing a player interview. Not after that, dude. Come on. I'm not sure exactly if Yeti will be able to play. It depends on what the rules are for the league for the next phase thing, because they have changed, like they are probably going to change some of the rules as they're already changing some of the other stuff. So we'll have to see. And I don't know what they'll do. I think he said he wants to play on the ESEA team, but I think it depends because he's gonna start working much after he graduates. So it depends on what that looks like. What they'll see. So if you're an IUPUI CSGO player and you want to play in main, contact one of them and see. Or if you just want to play in general on the collegiate team, contact me. Because we'll probably need players. But that's gonna be it. That's the last stream for this season. Thank you all for tuning in for the ups and the downs. Does it get extra year for eligibility for COVID year? No, I don't think that's a that like works that way.
Andrew, I think you're overestimating CSGO as a collegiate esport.
Yeah.
There's no NCAA regulations, my friend.
Yeah, they basically run. I just got here. Wins the game. Okay. Sorry, Peter, but you did miss the game.
That's too bad.
All right. Well,
I'm trying to think. Gumboot mentions that 16-0 is a first for him. I think I've never been 16-0'd in a league match, but I might have been. But we've had some rough games to start seasons. We might have been 16-0'd once.
now the question is,
No, I lost 16-1. I've never been 16-0'd.
do the boys they watch MasterChef after? Because we did finish early, and I did say I would have to go to bed. I couldn't start a MasterChef past 12 o'clock, but it is 11:30. There is MasterChef potential here.
I just watched a Tide Pod commercial on this NFL game that showed a baby walking up to a Tide Pod and looking at it like it was a snack. And then the advertisement was Tide Pod containers have anti-child sealing.
Okay.
I was looking at that Tide Pod like it was a New York steak.
Well, they probably need anti-zoomer sealing as well.
Yeah. What's that look like, Sherlock?
It looks like a stick shift in a car.
Okay. I thought you were gonna say it's looks like Mitt Romney or something.
All right. Did they lose? All right. I'm gonna end the stream. The trolls are already starting in the chat. They're ruining the chatter experience. Thank you all for watching. Have a good night.